Oh, Jesus, I am sweating like a hooker in a brothel. I am sweat. I am pain. I am hating F4 right now. Yous are all frogs. Yous are all collectively on my frogs list. I am sweaty, I am not happy, and I am very displeased with life at the moment because you're all frogs collectively, especially everyone in F4 who left on the restart and did not oh now what? And did not join back in time. Thank you very much for being frogs. Much appreciated. Anyway, good evening. Welcome to F3. I am Darius. Sparrow is racing in F4, even though he kind of made a mistake into the safety car, but that's a story for a different day. We've got 19 drivers. I think Isfot is running mid-quali. F4 has got one lap to go, where Bastian Rees is currently leading the way. Meanwhile, in F3 land, we have Anbet on a hot lap at the moment. Rafael Medros making a comeback after being away for a few weeks. And it is so warm at the moment where we are. It is just heat everywhere. So we're trying to get the track back up for Jeddah. Normally 50 laps here in real life. It'll be 25 today. Matthew Wrightson goes provisionally P1 as he's the first driver to set a lap. Dan Marquez with 131.085 as I'm eating my pasta dinner. Nom. Lugos, who is now Matthew's teammate for this season, goes just slower. And that will be interesting to see how that starts off. These two have squashed their differences, as Mark Sternagel with a 130.9 have squashed their differences for now, and are all lovey-dovey. But we'll just see if Lewis and Matthew decide to play nice. Yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a long, long day. The heat doesn't help. This pasta does, though. As Adam Bradshaw, in his one and only race, I think, here, currently in the Mercedes for today, his first race of the season, and he's going to be squaring up against his rival, at least in the bantering zone, as Ed Zack goes at 203, is Sam Kent. Kent was one of the best one-liners we've ever seen in ERO last week. Great stuff from him. So no one's setting any record times at the moment. Kent has gone fastest at the moment. Where is Joe Hamster? Oh, there he is. For some reason, we give Joe and Sam the Ferraris. I don't know why. But it is what it is. Sebastian Vries, as Red Bull have done a 1-2 in F4. Bastian and Black Wolf winning. Sparrow third. Camel in fourth. The two McLaren terrorists in 7th and 9th. As Ronan goes P5. But the man to watch here is the man in the title fight at the moment, Mr. Louis Wood. Micromashes Alex Theodore goes provisionally pole. Oh. And Junior Brzezinski, who won, I think, last week or the week before. Now he goes for pole. Sorry, I'm eating while trying to commentate. It's kind of hard. But what can Mr. Wood do in the Williams? Good lad, he seems like. He seems to be alright. Himself and Hayden Johnson, the doggy man, two of the newest additions to the Aero this season. They both seem like decent lads. They have good features here. Now, we're going to ride on board with Mr. Louis Williams. Louis Williams for this as he goes into the heavy braking zone up turn 1, up to the chicane of turn 2. Now onto the little exit of the kink that is turn 3 here. A lot of incidents happen in the Aero in the past. Now another heavy braking zone 4 and 5. How brave will you be? And that's going to mean an invalidation for him. And is he going to turn the battery off and go for another warm-up lap? Loic Mane also invalidated. Axel Foley, one of my favourite Greek fellas in the Aero after Panos. Alpine have become like a Greek version of themselves this season in F3, where they, instead of having French drivers, they have Greek drivers, so that's kind of cute. Chris Pat, the biggest enigma in the Aero. I know it says 2009 in his name, but I have no idea what age he is, because like he talks like an old man sometimes on Discord. But he could be 60, or he could be 15. Maybe the 2009 is for one of his kids. I don't know. We'll find out. Maybe it's the English language barrier thing. One day I'll ask him. He's at a purple sector too, by the looks of it. As he passed through the heavy chicane that is turns 22, 23 and 24. Infamous there, as Logan Sargent famously lost the car last year. I went into a wall this evening there, and into 27 now, where Max Verstappen famously hit the wall in 2021. You have to be very careful with pit entry here today, boys and girls. And he goes second fastest with a 129.273. Now, 30 S's between Sector 1 and Sector 2. What is Louis trying to be? It's going to be a 132. It's not P, it's not purple, but it's not bad. Now the long swooping left-hander of a hairpin as the very tip of the track. Into another tricky braking zone here, especially in this game. This inside curve here, very easy to make you lose the car if you're a bit too ambitious here. Track's been extended and widened out in these spots to improve visibility in real life, but it also just means you can sneak another tiny bit of lap time, a few more thousandths of a second. Now into the mosque, 22, 23, 24. That looks to be quite clean. There's Adam Bradshaw now goes provisionally P1 with a 128.484. He's dumping times on the field, over half a second. Now into 27, what do we do here? Into third gear, that's not too bad. Nice and close to the wall without making contact, lovely. Now Louis goes fastest with a 128.2. Times are rapidly dropping here with 8 minutes to go in qualifying. Great stuff from him. So No Lex Hodd this evening, which will be an interesting one. Lex, who is leading the championship at the moment, even with the bit of terrorism that happened last week in Baku. Street tracks in the Euro just don't go well sometimes. You really have to trust the drivers that you race with. What is this? Okay. Where is Isfod? A Sparrow now needs an invite. So, yellow flag in Sector 3, someone starting their lap and being slow. A few minutes to go, probably about 6.5 minutes. As Isfod has joined, he'll get a chance to set a lap. With Louis and Adam both diving into the bits. Pit entry is tricky enough here. 60 kilometers an hour is the speed limit. You have been warned. Speed penalties in this game are a lot more severe than previous games. As Max Junior Brzezinski has a bit of a wobble there in the S's in Sector 1, is on their lap. As we see, I think it was Ronan doing his best Lance Stroll impersonation. As Matthew has invalidated his lap. I have to submit, it was an absolute masterclass for me to put Matthew and Lewis in the same team. Imagine when they start double stacking and killing each other. It's really hilarious. Content. That's what you all want. So, just over 5 minutes to go here. And is Sparrow in? Another invite, he says. Well, how many invites do you want? I've invited you to the party. With 3.5 minutes to go and nothing is happening. Just under 3 minutes to go. I'm still sweating a lot. It's Axel, Isfod, Cornflakes, and Hayden have yet to set a lap. And Hayden is going to be starting his lap pretty soon. as Hayden is going to not actually qualify here. Wherever you are in the world at the moment, it must be roasting hot, because in England it is absolutely boiling. And when I say boiling, I mean it's hella boiling. Anyway, everyone coming out now for their final lap attempts. Apart from Matthew, who's already out, and he's going to be going nice and early. Ed's retired or DNF'd, and he's going to start at the best P13. Zuchel and Mark in the Kick Sauber AlphaTauri Haas, whatever green contraption you want to call it, is currently P14 and P15. Sparrow has joined me.
I'm here now. Hello. I was just doing an interview.
An interview, because you're Mr. Popular.
That was one of the most stressful races ever.
Yeah.
You know what the gap was at the end?
No.
Between the top three, 0.061 seconds.
Nice.
I was 4 milliseconds off P2. But anyways, that's the end of qualifying. F3.
We're going to see Louis now on his final lap attempt as he's into Sector 2 at the hairpin. Coming up to the tricky braking zones here. You have to really hug the wall on the left-hand side, then on the right-hand side. Sparrow, don't be trolling them saying Hungary's next, okay?
It is Hungary.
Nah.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, fuck.
It's Hungary.
Anyway, Louis into 22-23 doesn't invalidate. It's a purple Sector 2. And he's going to get a lovely tow here from whoever this is in the McLaren. He's going to get a lovely, lovely tow here, just punching a hole in the air for them. As Joe Hamster has lost the car in Sector 2, unfortunately for them. Now, funnily enough, Louis is going to probably go faster. Here he is. If he did that in real life, he'd actually invalidate. What happened to Logan Sargent 2 years ago? Anyway, so Louis finished, Adam's finished. Brzezinski, how are we going to do? No improvement, stays P3. Loic Mane stays P4. Who's on a lap now? Chris Pat goes P3.
Postman Pat, what's a lap?
I can't figure out his age. I actually cannot figure out his age.
What, if he was born in 2009?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't think he was born in 2009, because the way he talks as if he's 60 sometimes.
That's Postman Pat for you.
I don't know.
Like, actual Postman Pat.
Matthew was saying he was 3/10 up. Sam Kent is fighting with Axel Foley in the Discord chat. Anyway, just to round out our starting grid, Louis Wood's going to be P1. Adam Bradshaw is going to be P2. Chris Pat will be P3. And Max Jr. Brzezinski rounds out the top two grids at the start. Sam Kent, Loic Mane, Ronan Clark, Lugo to Lewis Mernon, Alex Theodore, and Ahmed round out the top 10. Axel Foley, Matthew Wrightson, Zuchal, Joe Hamster, Philip Edgar, Mark Sternagel, Dan Marquez, Quesadilla, Isfod, and Hayden Johnson round out the rest of the grid.
Please say I've actually saved the recording in the final few laps.
I will be making a report in F4, I think. I'm very unhappy of what happened to me.
Can I make a report to my internet?
It depends who your internet provider is. Would you like to take the start, or would you like me to take the start today?
I'll take the start, why not?
Okay.
I'm just gonna chill for a bit, wait till
Everyone's
people.
going to decide on their strategies and everything
Yep.
else between.
Oh, and next weekend's gonna be fun.
Hungary.
Hungary.
Hungary's one of my best tracks.
Hungary's one of my best. I say this. Oh, here we go.
Oh.
To go to 5 red lights here. And it's lights out and away we go for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's a decent start by the NRT Junior. He's going to try and send it down the inside of Mr. Adam Bradshaw as Louis Wood is pulling away now. Contact. Bit of wheel banging between NRT Junior and Adam Bradshaw. They're going to go side by side into that corner. You can't do that.
And there's a yellow flag already out because it looks like someone's dropping down like a stone. Adam's gone. Hayden Johnson's gone.
Oh.
Well, that's going to bring out the safety car. That did not take long.
Have a look at some reportees.
Well, that didn't take long at all, did it?
3.6 seconds. No. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh
As Alex Tudor says, how slow can you hoe? Right, well, first safety car of the day, a few more to come.
Indeed.
Adam has left, unfortunately. We love you, Gold.
We do. Even though I was supposed to be your teammate, but I never was. Oh my god.
You ended up being my teammate instead. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's have a little look at the tyres and see who's on what. So we have the rainbow of the softs, medium and hards all on use at the moment. Does anybody pit is another question. Doesn't look like it. Brzezinski on the soft tyres is an interesting strategy to start, but we do have two pitters. Matthew, Axel and Cornflakes. Mark as well. 5 people have elected to go into the pits. They're all going to go in the hard compound tyres, you'd assume.
My god. How's my battery low? It's blooming charging.
So, if you ever, I think a lot of drivers are changing their front wing now. So, just to round out the positions at the start, we have Isfald up 8 places, Dan Marquez and Cornflakes up 5 apiece. Then a bunch of drivers on 2, Suchel up 3, Axel down 4, Matthew down 4, Edzak down 2, it says, I think. And then Sam down 13, having to pit for a new front wing. That's going to derail their race for now.
You know what Lucas and Rog were doing during the when I got my 10-second penalty for speeding the pits?
Yeah.
Playing bloody funeral music.
Oh.
Because of how badly I choked. I'm watching the F4 stream after this.
I'm just sweating, that's what I am. I am just sweating.
I've got a fan on me, mate. Oh, I'm still sweating.
Yeah, I need more than a fan at this point. I need a full AC unit just breathing down on me. Oh.
I've got my window open, I've got a fan blowing on me, it's not working.
Are you seeing the same camera angle I'm seeing right now? There's like 100 fans, 50 fans just standing in turn 27.
No. What camera angle did you have? It
was just a normal camera angle, like it was just the broadcast one. But like they were just standing at the not on the track, but like they're just randomly just standing behind the barriers. Like you couldn't say anything from there.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm messaging some of my mates. I actually feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. I'm that tired.
Mm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be even more tired next weekend.
Why?
I've got a 24-hour race
Oh, lordy.
on the F1 game.
It sounds like a horrendous idea.
Yeah. I think I'm doing 6 races out of 21.
Apparently Cornflakes needs another invite.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I just sent him.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna message someone just be like, what is the schedule like for the 24 hours? Yeah, I'm not gonna be getting a lot of sleep next weekend. Safety car in this lot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, could be. I'm gonna have so much practice for Hungary.
Why is this? Oh, one of the
I'm
races in Hungary.
Yeah, one of the races I'm doing is in Hungary, so.
Not very good. Anyway, Louis Wood will get us underway as he's already started to slow down before the last corner to let the safety car by. And he's gone quite early, actually. He's gone just after the apex at 27.
Yeah. That's earlier than I did, I think.
Into turn 1, no changes here. Max is going to stay behind him. Chris Pat will stay behind Max. Loic and Ronan chasing with Lugoats in P6. Further down the field, Matthew and Cornflakes are fighting. Cornflakes seems to be dropping down 2 positions now as Edzak also makes his way past him. Sam Kent.
There is a few more changes. As you said, Kent overtaking Cornflakes. As Dan Marquez, I think, has been Cornflakes has now joined. Well done. Sokol. Peter. Oh, Louis Wood having a massive snap there. He's under pressure now. From NRC Junior. How do you pronounce his last name again?
Brzezinski.
Brzezinski. Jesus Christ, I butchered that. As we have Alex Theodore side by side further down the grid with Louis Maroon. He's going to try and make the overtake done. Clean overtake there by the Romanian. I think he's Romanian.
Yes.
Hopefully he is.
As here comes Lugoats are right back at him though.
Lagging.
He's not going to give this up. Lugoats is actually going to be ahead now. He's with the DRS. And get that move done. And a big DRS train is going to be forming all the way down from P1 to P8. Mike Ramash with the fastest lap of the race. However, he's going to be quite exposed to the drivers behind him. Yes, there's a yellow flag. Axel Foley has decided to park his car.
As Mr. Joe Hamster is overtaken Rafael Medeiros, P8, with a very close chasing Sokol behind.
Axel's gone.
Tired.
Cornflakes is gone.
No safety car though.
Well,
Sokol runs wide there.
As Axel is not happy with Matthew. Matthew must have done something there. We'll find out later on. Matthew and Isfod going side by side.
As T-Rex is side by side with Lockmyony. Gets the move done for P4.
Ronan went also the fastest sector too.
Here comes Lockmyony. He gets the move done immediately, getting the position back.
As the Belgian man works his way up to P4. There's going to be a bit away, though, from Chris Pat. So he's going to be exposed here. He's the only driver without DRS. Brzezinski goes fastest so far as he does overtake Louis Wood into turn 1.
Keeping it clean between the pair of them. Good racing between them. Lou got overtaken Lockminer. Definitely butchering his name, but I don't. But I'm just sticking with it.
Loic. Lock.
Lock.
Bro is a lake in Scotland.
Does Alex Theodore get a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits multiple times? In P7.
Bravo, Alex. I like Alex. Bit of a hothead on the track, but he's a good lad. Joe Hamster currently riding in P8, though. He's out of the DRS of Alex. Needs to kind of pick it up if he wants to get back into that safety net. Lou got a bit away from Ronan as well. These two have fought before in F3/F4 in seasons past. Rivals on the track, but never really had too many squabbles, should we say.
It's Lowick. Trying to go round the outside. Got to be a bit of contact between Theodore and Lowick. But here we go. As Micromash regains the lead on the outside. They're going to be side by side through the final corner. Junior keeps his race lead. But they are going to still fight it. Side by side into turn 1, Micromash backs out, and Max overtakes. Lou Gotts has lost a fair few positions. Now behind Joe Hamster. But I am going to stay on board with the top 3 as they are very close as Kent and Edsack are fighting.
Chris Pat is ready to spoil this party, isn't he? He's just waiting in the wings to do something.
He's just there, waiting. He's ready to lick the stamp and sunder. As a true postman would, as they get very close. Joe Hamster's onto the race. Safety car.
And that will bring out the safety car again. Now who pits this time? I'm expecting all the medium runners to pit.
I'm expecting NRT Junior to come and split season the softs.
Yep. Stick on those hards and c'est la vie. Jeddah doesn't seem to be a track for clean racing. But
yep.
It is what it is.
I've experience from that. As season 11, when it was the season finale. That race was just pure chaos.
Yeah.
I was like fighting for a podium in the sprint race. Then a safety car came out. And at this point here where Junior is, the safety car comes out, I got yeast hits into me and just hits me into the wall, giving us front wing damage.
Standard yeast. As the top 5, 6, 7, 8, all elect to pit.
I'm lagging like mad. Wrong eating.
Matthew did this the last time we raced in Jeddah. He went long. And he actually gave himself a chance of winning the race. And then he ended up making a mess at the end.
Oh yeah, that was F4 last season, mystery race.
Yeah.
Me and Roger commentating on that.
Ooh, as Chris Pat had an interesting pit exit there, it must be said. We might have caught something naughty on stream, but we won't talk about that too loudly. Mark and Lewis still in the pits.
Generally just mentally preparing for this 24-hour race.
Freezing cold restart that we're going to have as well here.
Yep. As we learned very harshly in F4. Jesus Christ, very fucking slow this way. Well, when you said it was going to be a freezing cold restart, I don't know why, that made me think of, let's check the weather in my location.
Mate, we're all...
You know what it's doing?
What?
It's raining.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not. Shut up. No, it's not. How is it raining?
Oh,
Mate,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's raining. I'm not looking outside. Ew. Ew. How is it this warm and it's raining? Oh, I give up with this country.
I think it's time to go outside and just embrace the rain.
But it's still going to be warm.
Oh, Roxan's put it in a wall on my screen, but that's me lagging.
No, don't worry. He's still behind the safety car. As we see Edzak trying to warm up those tires. Guess what, mate? You can't heat them up.
You can't. It's impossible.
No matter what you do. Sparrow, you do the attendance for... Or have you done it already? For round 6.
Oh, it's already out.
No, in Gran Turismo.
Oh. Bugger.
I just noticed it there.
Oh, bugger. I'll do that after stream.
No stress, mate. No, it's no stress. It's no stress. I can do it if you need me to as well.
Yeah.
I was only messaging you. Oh my god, I'm just melting here. I might go onto the Minecraft server and blow up Bronxon's house after this. Wild Friday night for me, eh? Some people go out like partying and stuff on Friday nights. No, what do? I blow up kids' houses in Minecraft, like.
I'm just watching the stream POV of the final lap, which was sent into golden quotes. I had an insane comeback that race.
I don't want to talk about the last one. That's 2 races in a row now where I felt I've had very good pace. As the safety cars in this lap, enough of me whining, I suppose.
I could be so strict right here. I could genuinely be so strict.
As Matthew is going to get us under the way, and guess what, Matthew? You can't warm the tyres up!
He's just stuck it in a wall on my screen.
He hasn't, don't worry. Anyway, Matthew still hasn't gone yet. Safety car is in the pits, so he's free to go whenever he chooses. And he's gone now. Has he caught Sam Knappy? He actually has! Matthew with a decent restart. And he's going to get Sam napping here. Anyone else? Isfod and Junior are going to be fighting Micromash up to P4. And there's going to be a lot of chaos here in this restart. As you see the V-carb, I think of Alex Theodore making a dive, is it? Yes, it is. Doesn't work though. And he gets past Isfod and Med up to P10 as well. Isfod dropping down 2 positions down to P11. Zuchol and Isfod fighting now, the 2 F4 drivers. Into turn 4. Not a good place to be overtaking, as Adam Bradshaw will tell you from the Shadow Realm. Now, 2 Williams in the top 4. And then you've got Kent and you've got Matthew. So Micromash with those fresh tyres. He's got 6 lap fresh tyres and everybody else in front of him. How much damage is he going to do to everybody? He has to get past people clean though, which isn't exactly the easiest thing to do in Jeddah. And Junior Brzezinski, very interesting strategy from them. They start off in the softs and now they've went to the mediums. Where the hell is Callum Ogden actually?
Oh my god, I'm lagging so much. I'm lagging like a madman right now.
Nice. You're like Modine on a bad thing right now. Anyway, Ahmed and Alex Theodore fighting. Ronson and Sam Kent fighting.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, oh, Jesus
As
Christ.
Sam up to P1, but Matthew immediately overtaking him before DRS is even activated.
What is that?
DRS enabled now.
What
These
have
are going to be.
I just seen by Wrongson?
Well, we see Junior here and Edzak going side by side into turn one. It looks very, very clear. Oh, never mind. Oh! Well, there'll be tears after that.
I don't think I can commentate anymore on this. I'm lagging too much.
Oh, there's absolute chaos as someone's after doing a Checo. Lugots is after doing a Checo. Zuchol's got a 10-second penalty. What was that? Absolute murder on the dance floor, and there's only a VSC.
If I'll be honest with you, I'm genuinely going to have to leave it here just because the amount of lag that I'm suffering. You're lagging as well for me, like your voice.
Oh, really?
I'm going to have to leave it here.
No worries,
Yeah,
mate.
the lag's too much for me.
Go, like, cool down or something.
I'm
Get yourself
sorry
a fan.
to say that.
That's all good, don't worry.
Yep.
Don't stress.
Right, hopefully the stream's good. Hopefully the race is good for the rest of the... whatever I'm trying to blummin' say. Hopefully it's good.
No worries,
And, yeah,
mate.
talk to you next week, mate.
You're a gem. All the best.
Right. See ya.
Good luck. As now, we have a few drivers who I'm assuming are going to be pitting to change their wings and everything else. Sparrow's unfortunately left us. They were a good lad. Sparrow's a good lad. I like them. So, now, what does Isfod do here? I'm assuming Isfod pits because he's probably got wing damage. It doesn't look like he does. Zucho with that 10-second penalty. I'm expecting him to pit. It's actually a full course safety car, but for some reason the game says VSC. As we got Edzak, Alex, Zuchol, and Junior all in the pits. Edzak and Junior who were involved in that big incident there into turn one turn two after keeping it so clean to turn one. Someone will definitely be at fault there, TBD. As we see Suchol serving that 10-second time penalty for killing poor Lewis Marion. He says it's not my fault though. I like Suchol. I believe Suchol. So Wrongson on his 10-lap old hards will be leading us off for another safety car restart. And Sam Kent's going to be right behind him. This only plays into their benefit, I suppose, because now you have to start thinking, can these hards go to the end of the race? That's the consideration here. Ahmed's going to be thinking the same thing in his mediums. All the fresh medium runners are definitely taking those to the end, unless something drastic happens in the meantime. We have lost 6 drivers in 12 laps, so an average of a driver every 2 laps. Who are we going to lose next is the question. Let me say, hard to say who wins this race at this point either. It could easily be anyone in the top 10. Anyone could win this race, really. It's definitely not set in stone. As we see the hundreds of fans at turn 27 yet again. As they're going to spend another lap under safety car. Nothing else is really happening. No one doing any heroics here. Ronan trying to really warm those tires up, but it just doesn't work, lads. No matter what you do to warm the tyres up under safety car, the game is bugged. One of a million bugs this game has, and it will not warm the tyres up. You can weave as much as you want till the cows come home. You ain't warming those things up. Deal with it. A little less amount of fans here in this turn than in the other hairpin. Only like 50 fans there at turn 14. Or 13, sorry. As the safety car will be in this lap, and Matthew will get us underway yet again. Isfod's got a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. What's happened there, Fodor? Matthew, when will he go this time? Will he catch Sam Kent sleeping this time? And he seems to have gone mid-corner, and he's caught Sam sleeping yet again. Matthew with two decent restarts, and Micromash is going to be breathing down the neck here as Loic goes into the pits of Sam, sorry. And that's a bit of a disaster for them all the way down to P13. Nobody changing out positions. Edzak and Zuchal fighting. That's nicely done. NRT Jr. with a 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. I have no idea what's after happening there. His race has gone from bad to worse, unfortunately, for them. Leading at 1 point, definitely in contention to win the race. As we see Matthew drifting around one of the S's there, into turn 13 he goes. Louis would really want to get on with this here. As Alex Theodore and Mark Sternagel fighting further down the field. Junior up to P9 now, even with the penalty. He's going to want to dispatch Alex quickly if he wants to make any recovery here. As things stand. Micromash really getting close to the back of Sam Kent here. I think as soon as DRS gets enabled, Matthew's going to get overtaken by both of these drivers because he hasn't got DRS. Chris Powell also keeping him close with him. Junior up to P8 now. And we're going to see it here. Louis on the outside on the run down to turn 27. Matthew also on the inside now, picking a very defensive line. That's going to compromise him here. As Sam is going to take the lead of the race. And four drivers all within a hair's length of each other. As DRS does get enabled, and we could potentially see a 4 wide here. Who is that? Is that the Alpine behind the Williams? And it is. A bit of contact between the Ferrari and the Williams. Looks to be okay. Though Matthew actually gets away quite safely from all that. Chris Pratt staying behind, waiting in the wings. Very, very close stuff. Sam Kent leading the way into turn 4. Nobody dies there. That's good stuff. Turn 5, everyone's still alive. Bit of a gap now between the Red Bull and the Williams. Some very, very intense racing there. As Ronan is sending images. As Brzezinski and his teammate for today is Spod getting inverting positions. We're going to stay further up the field though, as Edzak now and Mark Sternagel also fighting further down the field. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Loic Mane has retired, and that's going to bring out the safety car. If you're Sam Kent or Matthew here, I think you're a bit happy with the let off. Because there was about to be a bit of chaos. May I just say, no restart so far in F3. Really enjoying this, lads. It's great. Keep it up. I'm happy. I think everybody's just getting ready to read the F3 chat after this with some popcorn. So, not really much to say here. It just seems to be Jeddah seems to be a safety car hotspot now. You know, we had the max safety cars in both races in F4. And, yeah. As Loic has left the session. Mark in mediums. They'll have the offset on the space, but will that be enough to carry them through? We have a lot of ground to make up here. As I'm sweating, it is warm. And I think the safety car should be in this lap, and Matthew will be getting us underway for his third safety car restart. Matthew cementing himself as one of the big boys in F3, having 3 safety car restarts in one race. Achievement unlocked. Well done to you. As we go around for one more bloody lap because we're still waiting for Mark to catch up. Come on, lads, get on it. Some of us have like showers to take and ways of cooling ourselves down from this bloody heat wave. So just as we're waiting for this safety car to go around yet again, we'll have a look at some of the fallen soldiers here. Hayden Johnson and Adam Bradshaw both died on lap 1. Axel Foley was killed by, I think, Matthew, actually. Then Mr. Cornflakes, God knows what happened to him, as Isfod's gone to the pits. Then Joseph Hearn and Lugots had a bit of an entanglement. And that ended their evenings. When did Ronan DNF? What? Ah, lad, Ronan, where did you go? Oh, we missed that. Ah, shite. Then Loic. Well, Loic just is the most recent casualty. Oh, I'm upset now. I was hoping for a good race from Ronan. This is it. This is what happens sometimes in this game. Game, cruel world. As we will eventually get back racing one day in the future. As it looks like the safety car will finally be in this lap and we'll get back underway racing momentarily. Now, who's going to be the latest victim here in Jeddah? As Matthew's going to lead us underway again. He's slowed down very early this time. Well, he's gone. Has he caught Micromash though this time? Hasn't really. Well, he actually, that's not a bad restart again from Matthew, it must be said. Chris Pat, close enough to the back of Micromash, not going to make a move here, but he will be giving him pressure. Alex Theodore, Philip Edgar fighting further down the field for P6. Nobody else making any moves, it seems. Everyone seems to be surviving that episode of the madness in F3 Jeddah round 5. Sam Kane, ooh, very close to the wall in turn 4 there. Sticking to the back of Dan Marquez. As Louis really close to the back of Matthew here now. As Brzezinski and Ahmed are fighting, and Junior already passed him into... Oh, there's a bit of wing there, something flying off the track. Oh, who's got damage now? The thing is, Louis will get past Matthew here, but the double slipstream will be on for Chris Pratt to sail on past both of them, I think, in a lap or two's time. Chris staying very close to the back of them. Junior Brzezinski also arriving in the scene. Sam Kent up to P9 now, overtaking Dan. But Dan's not giving this up just yet, and he's going to stick right behind him here. And he's going to look to take the inside line into turn 27. Sam breaking that a little bit later. No contact between them. And Sam just... Lovely, lovely stuff from them. Great racecraft there to stick with it. As DRS is enabled, and we will ride on board with Chris Pratt, as Louis Wood does take the lead of the race. As a bit of a late break in there, as Matthew makes contact with Louis, and that's going to bring Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt almost gets killed by Matthew. As a result of that, he loses the place to Brzezinski. He bangs into the wall there, hits Junior's wheel into turn 4, micromash into the lead of the race. Now it's up to Matthew to be able to stick with him. But Brzezinski waiting in the wings here. He's got some great pace. He's got faster tyres, fresher tyres than everybody in front of him. Is the win on for him? That's an interesting question now. What can he do here? Chris Pratt had an opportunity there, but was a bit hard done by, to be honest. Alex Theodore also running well in P5, it must be said. Just 7 laps to go here now. But look at the gap already. Matthew nearly a second away from Louis after not even a lap. And Junior is really going to capitalise on this here. He's going to try to make a move pretty soon. Goes a bit wide into 22 there. That's going to compromise him. That's going to give Matthew some breathing room, as both these drivers are going to be helping a DRS. But here comes Junior Brzezinski. Look at this. Rapidly gaining on Matthew. Is Matthew going to give him space is the question. He is indeed. Looks to be relatively clean. Well, bit of touching and turning, but both drivers now will be bleeding that battery dry. Junior just doesn't have the downforce to overtake them when they've both got DRS and ERS usage. They're going to have to remain behind, and that's really helped them catch up, though. Catch up about half a second there. Zuchal and Ahmed fighting for P7. Sam Kent, who elected to pit. I'm not entirely sure it was the best move, but he's got a bit of work to do now. He's closing in on Ahmed, though, as we're going to ride on board with Mr. Kent. He's not going to get the move done to turn 13, or is he? Just breaks that bit later, the same as he did against Matthew into turn 27. Gets the move done as a result of it on the outside. Beautiful stuff there. Absolutely splendid. Junior and Matthew fighting further up the field now, as this collection of 4 drivers going hard at here. However, because the bottom 3 have been squabbling at this quartet, it's let Micromash get away just that bit. But Junior is going to have to do some work here to, first of all, catch Micromash with 6 laps to go, and secondly, build that 3-second delta that he needs. I think it's 3 seconds, or is it 10 seconds? It's 10 seconds. So at the moment, it's going to be all the way down to about P10, I'd say. The field is relatively close together. And Junior has dropped Matthew out of DRS now. And Matthew's going to be exposed here to Chris Pratt behind as well. Well, going along with the hards was an admirable thing. I don't think it's going to work out in the long run. Chris here has to get past quickly, though, if he wants to get any chance of catching up to Louis for the win. Sam Kent up to P8 now, as he's back fighting Ahmed yet again. as Chris Pratt is gone. Now, does that bring out a safety car, or is it too late into the race? I think it's too late. And we also see another driver parked along the way there. Anyway, yellow flags in Sector 3. So, now, how is Matthew in P11? I look away for 1 second on my phone, and Matthew's all the way at the bottom. As Alex Theodore with another 3-second time penalty. With just a handful of laps to go, and Junior might overtake Micro on track. However, to turn 22 is getting close there. However, unless he can get that 10-second time penalty removed, it's going to be all she wrote. These two in a league of their own at the moment. And look at him just gaining here. He's going to make the move on the inside. Side by side they go into turn 27. Space given there, fair enough for the two of them. Who's going to have DRS though? It's going to be Louis. And I think Junior's going to try and get this penalty removed if he can. As they're sticking closely with each other. Sam Kent on the charge, up to P5 now. Overtaking Philip Edgar. Edzak almost involved in another incident in the same corner. Oh, Lord. As Matthew into the pits. He's going to put on a fresh set of softs and try for the fastest lap of the race. Now, 3 laps to go. Matthew's still in the pits. Another fresh set of softs. Must have been changing his wing. So we're right on board here with Mr. Brzezinski into turn 22. Very close there to death. Elects to back out of it at the last second. And he's going to get a bit more helping of DRS here. Is he going to be able to get the move done? Or is he going to be smart this time and wait till the detection point? No. So the place is going to be inverted yet again. And Louis is just going to get that nice little helping of DRS. He's just going to slip on by. Sleep into turn 1 and claim the position. These two are just kind of helping them. They're helping each other pull away from the back. And that's pretty much going to be this. Mark Sternagel and Edgar Phillips fighting into turn 1. Marking the move done against Phillip. As there's a yellow flag in sector 1. As it looks like Zuchal has come off. My oh my. As Edzak almost causing a papaya collision there. As we enter into the penultimate lap of this race. And these two really showing their class at the top this evening. Even with Junior having that incident, whatever happened between him and Edzak, it looks like he's going to definitely get at least P4. If not P3. Matthew, who is showing such good pace at one point, is now all the way back to P11. Isfad and Suchal fighting. Now, Junior catching. And again, we've seen this story once before. Junior overtaking yet again before the detection point. And this just plays into Louis' hands. Louis letting him pass every single time. And does he have enough battery though this time to make a difference? Well, he's using now. Louis is going to have to go round the outside. So, well, he's just sailed on by him. Well, it's going to be interesting to see now who's going to have the advantage come to the last corner. It's going to be a sprint to the line here. Both drivers are going to be burning that ERS as much as possible now. as we're going to ride on board with Mr. Brzezinski as he finishes his last Sector 1 up today. As they go into the hairpin that is turn 13 now. Still staying very close to the back of Louis here. Louis is going to have to be very calm and collected if he wants to cross the line in P1. I've got a funny feeling Junior's penalty will get removed. And here we go. Both drivers using that battery. Junior with DRS needs a good turn 22 to 24. That's relatively clean. I think Micromash had a bit of a better exit though. And this is going to be it now. And Junior with the late dive on the outside here. Micromash is going to let him through it though. Junior's going to sprint to the line. This is going to be very, very close, but it's going to be Micromash who takes the lead. Nothing in it. Alex Theodore will cross the line in P3, end of P4. Junior's going to actually finish P2 even with the penalty. Sam Kent with a great recovery into P3. Edgar Phillips into P4 after a bit of madness between himself and Junior. Then Mark Sternagel in P6, Ahmed P7, Dan Marquez in P8, Isfad in P9, Zuchal P10, and Matthew still trotting along with no fastest lap in P11. Just to round out our provisional standings, Micromash P1, NRT Junior Brzezinski in P2, Sam Kemp P3, that rounds out our podium finishers. Edgar Phillips P4, and Isfad and Zuchal rounding out the top 10. Matthew, the last driver to finish the race. Then our DNFs were Chris, Loic, Ronan, Louis, Joe, Quesadilla, Axel, Adam, and Hayden. So tune at 8:15. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely Friday evening, everybody. Good night.